Just chilling. Hi, welcome along to AFTV. This video is 5 things that I learned following Arsenal's demolition job of Sunderland last night. 5-1 in the Carabao Cup quarter-final. We are now through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Great chance to win a trophy. Yeah, you know what? It was a good performance last night. Really, really good performance. So these are the 5 things that I learned from the game. Number 1, Eddie Nketiah has a role to play at Arsenal. Now, we all know that his contract's up at the end of the season. We all know that there's talk of him leaving, could even be in January, because, you know, his contract's up. I don't think Arsenal want to lose him for nothing. He even did an interview after the game where they asked him the question, and he was quite clear, you know what I mean? He's like, I want to play football week in, week out. Now, at Arsenal, it's difficult for him to play football week in, week out, because there's players that are ahead of him that are better than him right now. And that is the truth of the matter, right? Those players, Lacazette, Martinelli, Aubameyang, if he returns, they are all ahead of him. However, what he showed last night is that he can be a fox in the box. His finishes were brilliant. You know, all right, the first one, you know, that was just fox in the box. Instinctive, you know, buried it. The second one, great finish, right place, right time, nice finish. And the third one, sublime finish. That was a guy, by the time he got to that third goal, that was very confident. And I think if this guy has confidence, he can score goals. Mikel Arteta talking about he does it all the time in training. But what he needs to do is transfer it on a regular basis out onto the pitch, because we all remember that really terrible miss he had against Everton when we were 1-1, which could have made it 2-1. So I don't think he is a starter in, you know, Arsenal's team. Definitely not. But he has a role to play. And if we keep him from now till the end of the season, you know, he'll get game time. You know what I mean? We don't know what's happening with Aubameyang. There's injuries that can come into play with Lacazette and Martinelli. You know, there's, you know, COVID that looms, that is taking out players left, right and centre. So Eddie Nketiah has a role to play at Arsenal. And after his hat-trick last night, that is something that I definitely learned. The second thing that I learned following that game yesterday is that we've got another gem. Oh, Charlie Patino. Wow, what a debut by Charlie Patino. You know, 18. Arsenal, I think they paid about £11,000 for him when he was, no, was it £10,000? When he was an 11-year-old at Luton Town, they paid that for him because they saw that, wow, this kid is such quality, you know, the ability of this kid. And they brought him into Arsenal's academy. And, you know, the guys that I know there have been telling me for a while now, Robbie, this kid, he's brilliant. He plays up at age literally since the whole time that he's been at Arsenal. He is an unbelievable talent. And again, we saw last night the excellent talent that we are producing at our academy at Hale End. You know, listen, he didn't have a long time on the pitch, but his first touch in his debut was to score a goal. And what was lovely about it is that, you know, when, you know, I was sort of sitting near where the bench is, above that. And when Mikel Arteta called him over to say, come on, you're going on, you could hear the crowd. They were excited. They started singing his name. Oh, Charlie Patino. And then, you know, he got a rapturous welcome when he came onto the pitch. Goes on, and literally your first touch in first team football, you score. Wow. Brilliant. Great moment for the fans. Now, we ain't going to get carried away. It's his first ever start. He's got a long way to go. His whole career's ahead of him. But he's 18. He's a great prospect. And it's lovely to see. And again, it just adds to the fact that we're loving this as fans. We're loving seeing Eddie Nketiah, who again is another Hale End product, score a hat-trick last night. We're loving seeing Charlie Patino, Saka, Emil Smith-Rowe. You know, all these youngsters that are coming through our academy and getting into the first team, you know, it is brilliant. So well done to Charlie Patino. And I think we saw a star of the future come onto the pitch. It was one of those, or should I say, it could be one of those. I was there when Charlie Patino made his debut. And I was saying to my son, who was with me at the game, you know, who's an aspiring footballer as well, I said, listen, look at that. He's 18. He's only 6 years older than you. And look, he's coming on the pitch at Arsenal and he scored a goal. And for aspiring players like my son and many others around the country that are in academies and stuff like that and dream of playing for Arsenal or dream of playing for a professional football team, that was a beautiful moment. So well done to Charlie Patino. And it just showed me that we've got so much talent at our academy at Hale End, and long may it continue. Third thing I learned was Nicholas Pepe is an entertainer, right? Say what you want to say about Pepe sometimes. Listen, he can be frustrating, infuriating, because we know about the ability that this guy has. He has unreal ability. However, sometimes he doesn't show it enough. Sometimes he's inconsistent. But what I loved about him last night, that guy entertained me. It was like I was out at an event or something where I was being entertained. Every time he got the ball in that second half, he did something magical. The assist for Charlie Patino, the assist for Eddie Nketiah's goal, where he nutmegged that player, the Sunderland player. He then nutmegged him again after that in exactly the same way. I mean, he took, like somebody said in the fan cam yesterday, he took the guy's soul. I was like, if that happens again to that player, he needs to retire. He needs to just walk off the pitch and say, I'm done. No, Pepe was entertaining, but as well as being entertaining, let's remember, he scored 1 goal, had 2 assists. He was really involved in the game. He was putting tackles in. He had a really good performance last night. And a reminder to Mikel Arteta that, you know, he's still here. We need to see that on a regular basis. But Pepe is an entertainer. Pepe is a guy that can turn games, and I want to see him play more. Well done to Pepe. Drink out for you. The fourth thing I learned, right, is that there's a feel-good factor around Arsenal right now, and I'm really loving it. You know, you saw it last night again. You know, I mean, the fans turned out. They were right behind the team. The team responded to the fans. There's a real connection. I'm hoping that we're not going to go behind closed doors, because right now, the Arsenal players are feeding off the energy of the fans, and the fans are feeding off the energy of the players. And it's a real feel-good factor. And that feel-good factor is because, obviously, when you win games, there's a feel-good factor. But particularly in the last 4 games, including last night, it's been the performances. Every fan, you want to win games, but when you win games with great performances, you're happy. Even if I really look at it, the last 6 games, right? Even though we lost 2 of them, I'd say Man United, I was happy with the performance. All right, shouldn't have lost the game, got sloppy, but the performance from Arsenal away from home at Man United was good. The Everton one, that was terrible, but we bounced back after that with 4 solid performances, 4 entertaining, good performances. We're scoring goals, we're creating chances. And even at the start of the season, we were winning games, but we weren't creating things. We weren't, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we were winning games, but the performances were okay. But right now, the performances against West Ham, against Leeds last night, those are great performances. We're scoring goals and I'm really enjoying it. So feel-good factor is around. Let's keep that feel-good factor, that connection between the fans and the players and the fans. Keep that going, because it's going to be so important this season. As I said, so hoping it doesn't go beyond closed doors, but the feel-good factor continues at Arsenal. And the 5th thing that I learned is that this is a competition that we can win 100%. Now, the other teams, they play, you know, not to whatever time you watch this video, but the other teams are playing this evening. There's still Liverpool left in the competition. Obviously, they'll be the favourites. You've got Tottenham. They're playing West Ham. One of those 2 are going to go, you know, was it Brentford? You know, Leicester. There's some good teams, all Premier League teams left in there. Arsenal have had to do it the hard way this year, because we've, you know, all right, I know we had Sunderland in the last round, but we've had to come from the 2nd round, remember, in this competition. Normally, if you're in Europe, you start in the 3rd round. We've come from the 2nd round. And you know what? say Liverpool got through, you'd want to avoid them in a semi. But at the end of the day, when you get to semi-finals, finals, you've got to beat the best. And our pedigree in cups is good. You know, last time we won the FA Cup, we beat Man City in the semi-final and Chelsea in the final. We've got nothing to fear from the teams that are left in this competition. We can, in a cup competition setting, we can beat any of them. We can win cups. We get over the line most times when we play in cup competitions and we go to semi-finals. So this is a great opportunity for Arsenal to win a trophy, great opportunity for Mikel Arteta to win a trophy. And, you know, I think we can win it. We can win it. Obviously, we'll look to see who we play in the next round. But definitely, I know one thing, no one is really going to want to draw us out of that hat, right? You know, because we're playing well at the moment. So this is a competition that we could win, a competition I'd love to win. I remember the last time we got to the final against Man City, we were awful that day. We were really bad. And if we could go to Wembley and right that wrong, that would be brilliant. So this is a competition that we can win, and hopefully let's get the job done and let's win it. So those are the 5 things I've learned from the win over Sunderland. Yes, we were expected to win it, but we did it in style. That was great to see. We roll on now to the weekend against Norwich. Hopefully we'll have fans there. Then we've got Wolves. Then we round it off with Man City on New Year's. Listen, some tough games coming up, but right now I'm feeling good about Arsenal. I'm feeling Arsenal, you know, the team looking a confident mood. And yeah, bring on the next game. Can't wait.